Well, good morning. It's day number 2 of heading to the Pacific Northwest. We stayed at Arcadian Moon Winery and Brewery in Higginsville, Missouri. It's a beautiful property. They're just getting ready, getting a stage ready for the weekend. They're having a grand reopening. They just remodeled the main room. So we got here last night. We had to, if you're gonna stay here, make sure you look it up on Google by name. Don't use the address posted on the Harvest Host site. It will wind up putting you on a dirt road for about 10 miles and in the wrong location. So we learned that the hard way. We just washed the rig 2 weeks ago. There's dust and dirt everywhere on it. So we're gonna have to rinse it off if it doesn't rain pretty soon. So our rig is just up the hill here. You can't look that way, staring in the sunlight. So with our water, we had to stop by an RV park on the way here. They allowed us to fill up with water. The valve that rattled open dumped all of our fresh water, so we had nothing. So I took that valve, I took the handle for the valve, taped it up. I gotta find a better way to fix it so it doesn't happen again, but for now I think it'll work, hopefully. So we got here last night, got unhitched, got the slides out, went in for dinner, met another couple that's staying here for Harvest Host. So unfortunately didn't get any time to film. The food was great, the wine's good. They didn't have any beers that they brewed, but they had a couple other local beers. They say that they're gonna start brewing pretty soon here again, but they've been busy with the remodel. So yeah. Arcadian Moon Winery in Higginsville, Missouri. It's a Harvest Host. And we're off to our next stop. See you then. Well, it's day 3 of our trip back to the Pacific Northwest. We were supposed to stay at a Harvest Host last night. That fell through, so we had to scramble and find a place to stay. We could have stayed at a rest stop or a truck stop or something like that, but we found a state park just outside Lincoln, Nebraska. It's first come, first serve if you don't book at least 2 days in advance, so we were a little concerned, but I mean, shoot, there's only a handful of people here, so we had our pick of sites. One of the specific things we keep in mind when we can about choosing a site is to make sure that we have a clear line of sight to the north for our Starlink to get a good connection. I didn't get any video or anything on the other Harvest Host that we didn't stay at. Rather than leave negative reviews or anything, we just kind of leave it as it is. That kind of stuff happens, but that location, we just weren't sure. They're closed. We weren't exactly sure where to park. We tried to call. You get this, you know, the phone trees, like you're talking to a big corporation. We couldn't figure out who to talk to, so we just said forget it and found the state park instead. So we got to leave early this morning to get to our next destination. All of these travels are basically 1-day stops and then travel about 6 hours, give or take, to the next stop. So we'll be leaving this morning. Unfortunately, I can't really give you a full in-depth review of this park. It's the Pawnee Lake State Park, just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. It's electric only, no water, no sewer, but we were already filled up, ready to go. So we'll get back to you at our next stop.
I feel like I'm walking under the Simpsons cloud. You know, when the Simpsons start.
Clouds.
Yeah, you know, there's certain shapes. If you compare them, I'm sure they look the same. There's a certain name for this place. Oh, Golden Spike Tower.
Golden Spike Tower.
Golden Spike Tower.
In North Platte?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Number 4 of our harvest hosts.
But we didn't stay at our harvest host yesterday.
I already went through all that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. That many locomotives in one spot in your life? Yeah, it is. We could stand up here for hours watching them.
But they close at 5.
And it's cold.
And it is cold up here.
We can go up one more. Maybe that's indoor. This was open air.
Yeah.
So there's probably another one up there.
It's warm up here. They got heat.
1866.
Oh, it is.
All of this before you were born.
It was all before I was thought of. This is before parents were born. Well, until you get to right about here.
Yes. Flip switch, that's what makes the rails change.
I wonder if there's
You
supposed to
guys
be
sitting here?
lights. No lights don't work. Oh.
Yeah. It's not operational. Wonderful. How about you?
All right. You got any questions? We'll try.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, I've never been to a rail yard or anything like this, so it's...
This is the largest classification yard in the world.
Is it?
We sort over 3,000 cars here every 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
This, right here where all these cars are sitting, is what we call classifying them. 20 miles outside of town, that train goes by a scanner, and it reads either the barcode or the chip on the car, because every car has its own identification.
Mm-hmm.
So then that way we know where it's going to go. Like I'm going to use Chicago. We may have, we know how many trains are coming in within the next few hours. We will sort that many cars out of the several trains, all of them for Chicago, so that when that train goes to Chicago, it'll all be their cars. This is the big yellow rack that you're seeing over there. It's got like 6 tracks through, and we can bring the engines in. We got water, oil, and fuel. We can do like 6 engines at one time, be fueling them.
Oh, wow.
We have the NASCAR boys in here. We put in 3,000 gallons of fuel in 6 minutes. He's getting ready to hump a train straight across right now. You notice over there's an overpass, and he's moving to the right.
Okay.
Okay, now the cars are just coming in front of the building. He's going to separate them. The guy's walking along over there. He's separating 2 cars. I can just see him.
So you just got to switch.
The computer will switch it to the tracks. The computer is reading the barcodes. He's telling the guy down on the ground how many cars to unhook. The computer, they're weighing the cars right there, and it'll automatically put it under the right track.
Oh, yeah.
See him going. See, now I'm 2. Now watch this pair. Oh, he's turning 3. Okay, there's 3 going this time.
So they're going a different spot,
They'll go to a different place, and they'll all go to the same. The reason he let 3 go, they're going to the same place.
Yeah.
Now we'll watch them. They're getting onto a black-looking track right now. As they travel down, they're going to pick up speed. They're empty. If they were heavy, they start slowing them down up there, but now when it gets down to the next 4 big light towers there, you watch them slow down.
Is there something that slows them down?
Yeah, there's a big, we call it a retarder. It's big air over hydraulic irons that come up and squeeze the wheels.
Okay.
'Cause there's no brakes left on it.
Yeah, there's nothing on the train itself.
See it kind of slow them down there. It slows them down so that it knows, the computer knows how far down in on the track they're going is the next car.
So they're not crashing into the
It makes
next.
it so they don't hit the next car over 4 miles an hour.
Kind of know a little bit more about trains now. It's amazing.
For someone that didn't work for the railroad, he knows a lot.
Yeah. And just a volunteer here. Comes in here to answer questions, and that was a huge benefit.
It was.
Because we would have been up here 20 minutes maybe
And walked away.
and not had a clue how that worked or anything.
The nice thing is he approached us. He's like,
Yeah. Yeah, because I thought they were just sitting there watching the trains.
yeah. I could sit there for hours just watching them detach.
Now that we know what it does, yeah, how they sort them. I would call it a sorting yard, but he called it a, what was it again?
Oh, great. Now you better go up and ask him.
What was this yard called?
Uh,
Not destination yard. Good morning. It's day 4 traveling to the Pacific Northwest. We're getting an early start this morning. Looking at the weather, looks like there's a storm system coming into Wyoming. So we're gonna head out and get as far as we can before the storm comes in, and then hunker down, wait for it to clear, and then hopefully get over the passes. Clouds are already starting to get dark, so hopefully it's a decent drive day.